The views and opinions expressed in the Golden Boot podcast are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Golden Boot podcast as a whole.
Y'all ready to get rolling? Quiet on the set. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the HBCU Hour. It's your boy Pooh Bear. I'm in this thing by myself tonight, so we gonna try to make this a good one. Hope we can entertain you and keep you abreast of what's going on. First off, I want to say happy Mother's Day to everyone. I know we are a day behind, but I hope that everyone had a very good Mother's Day. Hope that everyone was able to celebrate, be with those loved ones, and hey, just enjoy your day, man. You know what I'm saying? Love on your people while you got them. But we got a good one tonight, man. Want to enjoy. I want to say, you know what I'm saying, send a shout out to my boy Aunt Petty Murphy. You know what I'm saying? Was understood, ain't got to be explained. But let's get into it, man. But before we do, I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that's watching tonight. Appreciate y'all. And let's shout out to our sponsors over at Bet Online. BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your sports information, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds, lines, and player injury reports for this year's NBA and NHL playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters. This season, we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. We have everything from NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL to golf, tennis, UFC, and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games that you can play right from your home. Head on over to betonline.ag today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use the promo code BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Bring me my money.
All right, we are back. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about a little bit of football to start this thing off. We know that the draft was a couple weeks ago, and we know that there are a lot of players who signed UDFAs. But the one player that was drafted, Mr. Isaiah Bolden out of Jackson State, he did sign a 4-year deal with the Patriots. So congratulations with him. Go out there and represent, show all other 31 teams what they passed up on. Let's you know what I'm saying, represent. Now, switching over, he's not the only person. Morgan State's Alfonso Graham, running back, former Morgan State. He was very impressive in the rookie mini camp that he was invited to. So impressive, still assigned him to a UDFA, giving him the opportunity to possibly make a roster. So, as we said before, these players are going to come in, they're going to do their thing, and they're going to find a way to make it to a roster. So, congratulations to him. Looking forward to seeing him in the preseason games, and hopefully he can stick, man, because all it takes is one opportunity. That's all we've ever asked for. But I do want to switch over. NIL King from Norfolk State has transferred to Elizabeth City State. If you don't know who the NIL King is, his name is Raekwon Smith. He was at Norfolk State. And they call him the NIL King because he currently has the most, not necessarily in amounts of money, but the most NIL deals of any college athlete right now. If I'm not mistaken, that number was nearing 60 individual deals. I'm not exactly sure where we're at now with it, but he was nearing 60 NIL deals at a HBCU. So he is taking his talents to Elizabeth City State and his NIL deals. So we look forward to seeing him do well as in his new environment. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he can help lead them to some promising things and show some other athletes how they can also get in on the NIL trade. Now moving on, man. This story here was actually I got mixed feelings about it, but it's a good thing though. Let's talk about it. The Bears. The Bears have basically, I guess, signed. It's not signed, but Eddie George and Randy Shannon will be joining the Bears as part of the Bill Walsh Diversity Coaching Fellowship. The fellowship basically allows coaches to join a team during their organized team activities, teaching them coaching, different methods, and just giving them some pointers, opportunities. Eddie George will actually be joining today, as it looks. He'll be joining for 2 weeks. Then Randy Shannon the actual OTAs begin on the 22nd. So, of course, Eddie George will want to be in the head coach, will want to get in there, get what he can, and get the most out of it because he has to get back to the scene so he can prepare Tennessee State for this upcoming season. But Randy Shannon is also going to be there, so it's a good look, man. Good look for NFL, good look for HBCUs and college coaches. But the one thing that bothers me about it is, while it is a good look for the NFL, I wonder, with this diversity here, is this something that's just a let's do this, get this opportunity, get this appearance of the caring, this appearance so that we're doing so much in to help HBCUs out, help the coaches that we have. If this is indeed just let me put it like this: if this is with the good intentions, we should be seeing that Rooney Rule end pretty soon. We shouldn't necessarily need that. We should start seeing more head coaches, and not just assistant head coaches. We all know that there are plenty of guys in the coaching ranks in the NFL who, given the opportunity, could probably do some real good things with these organizations, and not just be filler coaches to wait till the next coach comes along that you want to give opportunity to. You've got coaches who have been players or been coaches or assistant coaches for decades, and then you come in and hire a guy who you admired as a player who played for 5 years as a quarterback, and was a great special team analyst in the high school ranks or something, or you find this guy who he just has to look. It's gotta come on, man. It's gotta stop, man. We've got to see more opportunities for other coaches. Steve Wilkes has basically been a interim head coach at 2 different locations, done very well, and still isn't really getting the respect of the chances he deserves. So definitely hoping that this Bill Walsh coaching fellowship pays off and shows some dividends. But it's good opportunity for the coaches, but I'm not buying it right now from the NFL. But the NFL isn't the only organization who I got a little smoke for tonight. I want to talk to the NCAA, man. Let's talk about this. If you haven't seen, Benedict and Fayetteville State, or let me rephrase that, the reigning SIAC champion and the reigning CIAA champion basically came up with a plan that they should play in week 0. The 2 champions from the 2 D2 HBCU leagues decided that it might be a good opportunity for them to play each other, get some notoriety, and also just be one of the few games that is on during that weekend. And I mean, just it would have, the lights would have, you know what I'm saying, on the bright lights. But the NCAA came back and squashed that idea, saying no for now. The justification is that at this current time, there is no precedence set for D2 schools to play during week 0. Behind the scenes, a little bit behind the scenes, and shout out to Mo Carter, man. Thank you for this information. Mo Carter says that, or he found where basically the NCAA presidents voted against it as a legislation years back, meaning whether D2 schools could play in week 0. They voted against that, and there was nobody ever, I guess, had the idea. With that being said, and those teams not basically having that precedence, the NCAA decided to wait on it or kick the can down the road, in my opinion, and decided to just, you know, say no because there's no policy for it. There's no precedence. NCAA, although I do want to give you this smoke, this doesn't all fall on you. I understand that you're in a position where you kind of you govern more than it is that you legislate, because you know it's the individual schools, as Dr. Cavill has also always told us. They answer to the schools, and then they just kind of govern according to what is asked. Dr. Cavill actually posting here says that the governing policy, the NCAA D2 governing policy 17.11 football and 17.32 playing rules, figure 17-2 football 24. I'm sorry, it says football dash, and it says 24 days prior to the first permissible contest or 10 days prior to the first day of classes, whichever is earlier. And then he says that first contest date or date of competition Thursday preceding September 6th. So yeah, I think, and I put it like this: D2 presidents, y'all are doing yourselves a disservice. I have always said that the week 0 should be for FCS and smaller schools. FCS, and let me, because I know some people don't like the term smaller schools. FCS, D2 schools should get that spotlight. That should be your weekend to showcase everything you've got. Get in there, get this rule change, play these games. With that being said, NCAA, although there isn't a precedence for it, there could have been a better ruling. Maybe your hands are tied to a certain extent, but the optics of it is that you're just kicking the can down the road. We've seen this with NIL. We've seen this with the transfer portal. And then later on, what's going to happen is when the schools take action or the states take action and it starts getting going and there's a complaint, you're going to kick it over to the government, to Congress, to try to legislate for you. That's not there. That shouldn't be the place to do that. Come on, NCAA. That's all I got, man. Y'all gotta, I don't know, man. And it's a tough position because a lot of people don't. A lot of people complain about the NCAA. Some of the stuff is rightfully so. The NCAA has its flaws, but the NCAA is limited in their powers and limited by the schools and the institutions. But I do still think y'all got to stop kicking that can down the road. Now, let's move on to a little baseball. All right. In baseball, man, we had a great weekend in the SWAC. Great football. FAMU. FAMU was looking like they were about to get swept this weekend by Bethune. But then they got a walk-off win in the 10th inning of the last game of that series to avoid the sweep. Alabama A&M wasn't so lucky. Alabama State swept. I think the game started off close in game one, but it wasn't. The rest of them, wasn't looking too good for A&M. But Alabama State gets the sweep in that series. Jackson State, they won the series against Mississippi Valley State. Grambling took the series against UAPB. Texas Southern took the series from Prairie View. Southern took 2 out of 3 from Alcorn. And trying to see what I'm missing. I'm missing one. I think I'm missing a series. But Dillard, they now know their fate after winning the GCAC. They are now the number 5 seed in the national tourney. They'll take on the number 4 seed. So best wishes to Dillard on their journey. Wishing you guys, saying the most luck and represent. You're already making us proud. So first year of existence. Now to the championship of the Black College World Series that was played in Montgomery. Florida Memorial has entered their names into the record book. Congratulations to Florida Memorial on winning the 2023 Black College World Series, and it wasn't an easy fate. I mean, a easy task. Florida Memorial basically took on, and it's slipping my mind just that fast. Albany State. There we go. Florida Memorial took on Albany State in a what was described as a marathon. They could have had two games in an extra inning game. They went 19, ladies and gentlemen. The game was 5 hours and 4 minutes, or 5 hours and 4 plus minutes long. Whew. The final score was 5-4, but Florida Memorial came out, shut it down in the bottom of the 19th with a picture. It was a freshman on the mound. Kelvin, I'm gonna mess his name up. I do apologize. Kelvin Feliciano came in, struck out the last batter, and ended the game. So congratulations to Florida Memorial on your first championship in the Black College World Series. I think it's a great event. Looking forward to seeing more of it. I do hope that we need to get this thing televised. Just putting it out there. It's something we always talk about. We need to get this thing televised. All right. Softball side. Congratulations to North Carolina Central on winning the MEAC softball tournament. They will be headed to Athens, Georgia to play in that regional. Congratulations, North Carolina Central. Best luck in that regional. Prairie View, they get the win in the SWAC. Get the SWAC softball tournament back-to-back years. Congratulations to Prairie View. They're headed to Baton Rouge. They will be taking on LSU. I think in the first game, I think they're the 4th seed. They'll be taking on LSU. But best of luck to Prairie View as well as they take on that venture. Congratulations, both teams, both squads. We'll keep y'all, keep pulling for you guys, and hope the best with that. Now, to my last story of the night. Howard's women's track team. Howard's women track team took home the MEAC Outdoor Track Championship. Congratulations to them. If I'm not mistaken, that was a clean sweep for them because that means they won the indoor and the outdoor. So congratulations to Howard. Continuing to improve upon those successes with those lucrative deals that those guys have over there. And best of luck as they continue. And I do want to report, I finally did find out they did come up as runner-ups in the rugby. So congratulations to them for making it as far as they did, and looking forward to seeing more of them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that said, I know it was a quick one. We kind of had to get up out of here. Really, really want to just come bring some news, talk a little bit with you guys. But we'll be back on Thursday, I do believe. know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna bring something to you. Apologize for the short show, but things got to get done. With that being said, we'll be back. And like that, we are out. This show was presented by betonline.ag.